Hello, everyone. Welcome back to I Like It Raw. If this is your first time coming to listen to my podcast, my name is Mikala Leinani. I am the host, owner, and creator of I Like It Raw. And here we just talk about anything and everything raw, taboo, real. I mean, everything fucking real, y'all. So, that is going to give you a brief of what we really about to get into because this shit is some real motherfucking shit. So, with me touching on things that's real in this world, I touch on personal topics that I've been going through to give everybody enlightenment into their own experiences so they can, not feel alone in what they go through, especially women. So, as y'all know, I have been kind of on and off with recording podcast episodes. But honestly, I've been enduring some different type of shit. Like, I've never went through what I went through before. So, yes, I have been kind of inconsistent when it came to posting and filming my episodes or recording my episodes. And then, your girl has been following her in her true path. Not like this isn't my true path as well, but I'm an actress, so I have been filming TV series, movies, and man, it's just been a blessing. So, all of that being said, let's go ahead and really dive into this episode. As y'all can see by the title, yes, I was pregnant. I was pregnant, y'all. This shit it's incredible. It's crazy to even think that I had a little spirit growing inside of me. Another being forming inside of me. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful to think about that, but it's also very intense, crazy, worrisome, nerve-wracking. I mean, there's a lot of emotions that go through my head when I go back to me being pregnant. And with me saying this all in past tense, no, I'm no longer pregnant. So, yeah, just like, let's not act slow, you know. So, again, yes, I'm no longer pregnant. But I'm about to give y'all the rundown of everything that I experienced during this time. Because I see a lot of women talk about pregnancy being so beautiful. Oh my God, they just hold the fucking belly and make it look like it's all that. Man, shit. The first trimester is a motherfucker. Like, bro. Why doesn't anybody talk about this? People might talk about it, but I don't be fucking seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? People like, oh my God, yeah, when I first found out I was pregnant, I was just overly emotional and shit like that. Man, fuck all that. Because for some people, that may be the case. For me, bro, my ass was getting whooped, okay? So, what I started feeling, before I even thought even about being pregnant, I was just always feeling like sick to my stomach. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know if it's because I've been eating different type of foods. During this time, I started craving some crazy shit. But we'll just get into that later. But before I even found out I was pregnant, I started wanting, like, okay, maybe I need some more meat in my diet. Maybe I need some dairy in my diet. Maybe I should be eating and adding these things back into my diet, because as being vegan, from what I do, like, research, I see that veganism doesn't work well long term. Now, I've been vegan for a little over a year. So, I'm like, okay, maybe my body is just craving things. Maybe I really just need to heed the advice that my body is trying to provide me, because maybe I'm lacking something right now. So, I started eating more fish. When the holidays came around, dressing was made. So I ate some dressing that had some turkey meat in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, And I wasn't thinking anything of it. But then I started feeling sick to my stomach, and I'm wondering, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to be eating this meat. Yeah? It's just a logical explanation. And I just kept telling my mom, like, Mom, like, I'm just not feeling, like, right. Like, damn. And so, like, I'm telling her this, and she's like, well, maybe you're pregnant. I'm like, yeah, shit, no. Hell no. I'm motherfucking pregnant. Crazy as hell. But a week after her, like, telling me that maybe you should take a test, blah, 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 I took a test. Yes, I found out that I was fucking pregnant. Like, oh, I'm pregnant? Oh, Lord. So what ended up happening was I went to the dollar store, grabbed 2 dollar store tests. I took the first one, and I've taken pregnancy tests before. I was in a 7-year relationship, and never had like any pregnancy symptoms. Never even got close to being pregnant. So I was just sitting there like, and then it was the fact that my period was 10 days late. Now, with the change of seasons, periods can change. So I was like, whatever. My titties was swole as they typically would be and all that good jazz. But, it was just different this time. So anywho, I went, got the dollar store test, bought 2 of them at once. Or did I buy one? No, I think I bought one. Yeah, I bought 1 test. And then I ended up going back to grab another 2. But I bought 1 test, took the test. I'm like sitting here waiting for the single line because I'm used to seeing single lines. I'm seeing a double line. I'm like, what? At this time, I'm on the phone with my friend. And like, I just started burst out crying. Like, I'm crying. Like, I'm fucking pregnant. Like, that's the first thing I said. Like, I'm fucking pregnant. And I'm spiritual, so I turned to the tarot cards quick after that. I'm like, let me go ahead and shuffle these tarot cards and see what they saying. I got the Lover's card. I'm like, fuck. If you know what that means yes. It's like a yes in tarot. I'm like, and then it has to be Lovers, bro. Come on, bro. You funny. So I flipped 2 cards. I got the Lovers, and I got another card that implied yes. And so I was just like, bro, like, this can't be. So I went back to the dollar store and grabbed 2 more tests because I'm like, man, maybe these dollar store tests is faulty. So I grabbed 2 more. I take one, and that bitch said I was still pregnant. So here I am just bawling my fucking eyes out, just on the phone with my friend. Just like going through the motions, y'all. Just going through the motions. And so I'm like, girl, I'm gonna have to call you back because I need to call him, the guy that I'm obviously intimate with. If y'all watched my last video, the best dick I've ever had, same man. I've only had sex with 1 man for the entire year. Like, and no shame to anybody who likes to go ahead and experience other people, because that's a wonderful, beautiful thing to do. But me at the time, I found this 1 man, dick is dicking. Dick is busting. So what the fuck am I about to go around for? Like, I have a great intimate connection with this man. I can kiss him. I enjoy his company, blah, blah, blah. So 1 sexual partner, I already knew who the fucking daddy was. So I called the baby daddy. I'm like, I'm crying. I'm bawling my eyes out. And he's like, what's wrong, MK? What's wrong? Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm fucking pregnant. Now, he wasn't expecting that. Like, he's like in the car with his homeboy, whatever. So he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to call you back because I'm not like in a place to talk right now. But when he called me back, he was like, well, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And like, it was amazing to be able to have a adult conversation and not have a nigga like on the phone like, oh, well, fuck, no, you gonna have to get rid of that, like him losing his shit. So I really appreciated that, because it was like, damn, he's a little too calm. Like, shit, I wasn't expecting that. So after telling him, it was just, it was a weight off of my shoulders, and it was kind of calming because he was so calm. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't one of those baby daddy situations that you seem to hear about women talk about. Yeah, this nigga told me, go get that abortion right now, and it was none of that. Like, it was a lot of care and compassion within the response. So that was much appreciated. Um, but yeah, I told him I was pregnant and blah blah blah, and yeah, it was just crazy. Now, let's talk about the symptoms I had. Again, a lot of people like to make these pregnancies look like it's all a piece of cake, a walk in a park. Oh, you got the belly and it's beautiful, like motherfucker shit. The symptoms I was exhibiting was something like, first of all, like I was losing breath doing anything. Like I had so much of a loss of breath, it was starting to fucking freak me the fuck out. Like I was exhausted doing anything, walking up the stairs, walking to the car, getting in the car. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, this doesn't happen to me. Like, I haven't been working out. Like, I didn't work out for months. And I don't even have the power to work out right now. Like, I just can't bring myself to do it. Like, I was so exhausted with everything. So then with this loss of breath and this major exhaustion, early on in my pregnancy, because I didn't find out I was pregnant until like, it was probably like 5 weeks. I didn't find out I was pregnant until like 5 weeks, or took the test to figure that out, because then I went to the gyno and they confirmed I was like 5 weeks and 5 days, estimate, but you know, somewhere around there. But prior to that, the symptoms that I was starting to have was like my sleep was not it. I was waking up at 6 every fucking rising. Like I could not sleep past 6 a.m. No matter what time I went to sleep. It was just I was up at 6 a.m. And then a little bit further on in my pregnancy, I was able to sleep until like maybe a 10. But sleep was so fucking uncomfortable for me. It was like I could feel it. Like I could feel it shifting. Like, and you know, early on in the pregnancy, there's really nothing in there yet, but sleep was just so uncomfortable. Like sleeping on my sides, I had to shift all during the night, and it was so aggravating. So with that, like, then comes my food cravings. I wanted to eat fucking meat, y'all. I'm like, man, I'll eat a little chicken. I'm gonna try a little chicken, but then I'm like, hell no, this shit. Like, mentally, like, since I am vegan and I've done this for my body and spiritual reasons, it just wasn't sitting right with me. But I was trying to eat fish a little more, and it was just like everything was just making me feel nauseous. In my pregnancy, like after I found out that I was pregnant, like I understood why I was eating a lot of Thai food. I was eating Thai food like back to back to back. Thai food, poke bowls, back to back to back. And then it was just like on the third or fourth day, because I would eat it consecutively, I would be like, I never want to fucking eat this shit ever again in my life. And that being with Thai food, maybe poke bowls as well. Like I'm pretty sure like I never want to eat that shit ever again in my life. It was just like I needed it consistently. So yeah, that shit just threw me for a whirl. Like I do love some Thai food, but like goddamn, like I cannot now. I would not. I don't want to. So Thai food, poke bowls, even ginger beer. Like I was a person, I hate ginger. But ginger started tasting real damn good during my pregnancy. I was drinking ginger beer out the ass, and that actually helped settle my stomach during those times, because obviously I'm nauseated. And let me tell you, it's not morning sickness. It's not. It's all day sickness. Okay? You don't even have to do nothing. You just, well, for me, I was feeling like, ugh, but I never threw up. You know what I'm saying? It was just constantly feeling nauseated with everything. It was aggravating. And I noticed a change in my skin. My skin was dry as fuck. Dry as fuck. My shit is still a little dry, but it's coming back. But dry as fuck. Like I'm like, I can feel myself being sucked up of all of my nutrients, my life right now. Like it was intense. This shit is the experience is incredible. The experience is incredible because it's something that you've never experienced if this would be your first time getting pregnant. It's something that you can't compare it to. But like I just really felt like my skin, my body was being sucked of everything of my life, and it was like not in a bad way, but like damn, what's going on? And in a sense, that's what's happening because now your body is providing for another spirit. Your body, like as a woman, you are a portal for other spirits to enter this realm, and that spirit needs something to feed off of. So it's kind of feeding off of your life, and that shit was just like wow. To actually feel that and experience that, incredible, but definitely difficult. Um, Also, my sense of smell went through the fucking roof, bro. Through the roof. Yeet! Through the motherfucking roof. I cannot. I couldn't handle any smells, bro. Like, I could smell people from afar. I could smell the fucking refrigerator door. It was gross, man. Like, I was just, that shit would make me nauseous as well. I'm like, oh no. Ugh. Like, that shit would just make me gaggalicious, baby. I was still working, like, the photo booth at the time, and people were drinking around me, and they would just, ugh, like, the smell of their drinks. Like, I could smell wine. Wine was even stronger than liquor. Ain't that crazy? The smell of wine was stronger than liquor, and that shit made me want to fucking throw up. And it being on people's breath, I was just like, bro. And then smoke, of course, I couldn't even stand the smell of smoke. And even before, like, finding out that I was pregnant, like, I just did not want to smoke or drink anymore. Like, that shit eliminated. Like, I'm straight. And still now, like, after, you know, not being pregnant anymore, I'm just straight on that shit. But yeah, like, that shit ain't easy. That shit is nowhere near fucking easy. I don't know why y'all be making it seem like this shit is all big belly and rainbows, but that shit is tough. For my experience anyways. But now I'll go on to the baby deity. Again, you all heard when I said I told him, and he was very calm about the situation. He handled it very well, and it kept me, you know, feeling good. You know, I'd never expected it to go that way, honestly. And honestly, with telling him, like, I did wonder if, like, the pregnancy would have been easier if we were together. Thing is, yeah, we're not together or anything like that, but, you know, we have a great connection and whatnot. It's just, that is what it is. It's like it's an undefined relationship because I don't like putting pressure on a relationship. I don't want things to just, oh yeah, now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I'm not that type of person. He's not that type of person. And it's nice, but I do wonder if being in an actual relationship, saying like, this is my man, this is my woman, would have made carrying through the first few months easier, because that shit was a little difficult, and I just always wondered if that would play a part. So if you ever have been pregnant, please go ahead and give your insight. If you have multiple kids and you're with the person that you are with, like, if you're, you know, if your pregnancy was easy, but I did definitely wonder if that played a part. But yeah, our relationship, like, it is what it is. Again, I said I posted a video about this man, like, best dick in the world, like, yeah. Best intimate connection I've ever had, yeah. Like, I'm not a person to go out here searching for other intimate connections, because honestly, as a woman, I be feeling like dick kind of just be dick until you find that dick, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you can have sex with a lot of people, but the thing is, it's connections for me. And for this being one of the strongest connection that I've ever had with someone intimately, physically, emotionally, sexually, it's like I'm very open with this man. So I'm not I'm not a person to just go hopping from person to person, because I'm not looking for sex out of people. I'm looking for connections, and that's very hard for me to develop with people, especially because I don't like fucking people. So I just don't like people in general. It's not my forte. Like, I'm a people's person, but I don't like people like that. I'm not saying I don't like people, but I don't like dealing with people like that. So you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I'm a Leo Virgo cusp. Like, I'm a hermit, but I'm also the center of attention. So it's like, you put it together. But anywho, like, there's just so much to unpack. But now going further into how I felt about, being pregnant. So many thoughts ran through my mind. The fact of the matter is, me being a spiritual goddess, I am a god. Me being who I am, I have seen my child multiple times, and that's where a lot of the difficulties came into play for me. But it's also where a lot of relief came into play for me. Because I'm sitting here like, dang, I know I'm not ready to have a child. I know I'm not ready, because I have so much to achieve and so much to get ready for my children before they get here. And in a way, it was like me feeling like I have to apologize to my child for not being ready and for summoning them into this realm at this time. But I was on the fence of like, should I keep or should I not? But ultimately, I obviously made that decision because I know I have so much to set up for my children before they do come here. And considering where the world is right now, I just don't feel like it's a good time. Like, I don't feel like it's a good time. And that's just on me. Like, that's how I feel about it. A lot of people will shame people for, getting abortions and deciding to go through with an abortion and things like that. But that's nobody else's place. As a woman, this is my motherfucking body. And here I am. I'm glad I'm at this point now. It's my decision to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, with my body. If I decide to abort or have an abortion, not have a child, although I am pregnant, that is on me. So all the people that are going to come into these comments talking shit, that's child abuse, whatever the fuck people be liking to say, kiss my motherfucking ass. This is my body. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do with my body. So you can can the shit. You can get the fuck up on off this video, because I don't condone that bullshit here. It always pissed me off, because there's people that'll be outside the centers holding signs like, no, don't do blah blah blah. Motherfucker, this ain't you. Shut the fuck up. You can have your opinion. Keep your opinion to your motherfucking self, because your opinion might get you motherfucker hurt. Okay? And people don't be getting that shit. They can't take that shit. But take it, bitch. Like, again, everybody is entitled to their opinions. But when it comes to me and my body, you better leave that shit at the motherfucking door before you get your feelings hurt. The fuck. So with me being pregnant, I told only two people. My mom and my friend that was on the phone when I found out. I ended up alluding to a person that was asking me that I am no longer fond of or cool with, because that person just runs their fucking mouth and wants to act like they don't know what they talking about when I say, nigga, you talk too fucking much. Running their fucking mouth. Just very inquisitive. Well, why don't you feel good? What's wrong? Are you good? And I'm just sitting here looking like, yes, nigga. And keep your mouth motherfucker shut. Because the only reason you seeing this and getting this information is because I'm working with your ass. And you keep asking me, nigga. Like, you keep asking me what's going on. You keep asking me, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you this? I'm not a person to lie. So yes, motherfucker. And I specifically said, do not say shit. But then I'm hearing my business be spread. And I don't fuck with that shit. Not one bit. So I don't fuck with you, my boy. And you know who the fuck you are. So when you see this video, don't play stupid with me. Because I don't like that doofus dummy bullshit that you want to run. Like, nigga, I know. I fucking know. And there's a lot of the people that you know that know because you ran your mouth to them. So keep your distance with me, because if I even hear anything else from you, it's raps on that ass. But I told 2 people for this reason, because people like to run their fucking mouth. Obviously, well, 3 people, because I told baby daddy as well. And you know, he's gonna tell like who he needs to tell or whatever, and that I have no problem with. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad about people talking about what happens, but it's just, I hate when you tell people something and then it's like you don't have the opportunity to tell your own business because it becomes gossip between people. And that's what I be fucking hating. Like, gossip about your own shit, people. Like, I know y'all got shit that stink in your life. Talk about your own stank ass shit. But no, people like to talk about other people's stank ass shit because they want to make it seem like they have no problems, when they might be the ones with the most motherfucking problems. But here, it's not my business to fucking tell other people's business. But best believe, if I wanted to let motherfuckers know about somebody, your ass would be grass. Okay, baby? But anywho, next point. Let's just talk about going through with the abortion. So it was intense, y'all. Searching different places, centers to get this done. It was tough. All the reviews on places are ass, because people are so insensitive. All they give a fuck is about the money. They're rude. They try and coerce you to not do it. Yeah, I've read that in a lot of places. I didn't get the coercion of, oh, don't have the baby, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get that, thank God, because I would have went in there and I would have cut the fuck up on these motherfuckers. Like, y'all can keep them Bible verses to your motherfucking self, bitch. You better hold that shit. But, I did get the insensitivity, the money greedy, motherfucking attitude people. They just really give no fucks about you or how you feel. They just want your money and they'll send you out the fucking door. But yes, a lot of these centers will talk about just, oh, well, you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit. Because people don't understand people's situations. They don't know people's situations, but they think that people should just go through having a kid. Like, no. There's a lot of people out here that have kids that shouldn't be even having fucking kids. There's kids having kids and treating their kids like shit. Stabbing their kids, burning their kids, doing wrong to their fucking kids. And you saying everybody should have their fucking kid because they get pregnant. You are a dumbass. And if you getting offended listening to it, it's you that are the dumbass. I am talking to your bitch ass. But on the flip side, there are places that won't say anything and will just take your money. So I went to one of those centers. And let me tell you, when we walked in, because my mother took me, it was like ugly. It was just little and ugly. And I'm sitting here like, this bitch look a little suspect, but I'm feeling like all places probably look suspect. I have no idea. I can only speak for the place that I went to. Went in there, the lady at the front desk, a jackass. Like, and she was just fucking rude. Act like she can't answer questions. They give you so much paperwork to fill out. And they even give you a piece of paper to sign that even if you back out, they keep $250. Now, no, nigga, you ain't keeping none of that shit. I took that piece of paper out. Little do they know. Because I was not signing that shit. Because if I backed out, you weren't getting that money. You weren't. The fuck? I would have disputed you off that motherfucking charge, nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here. So, the cost of my procedure was $700. Yeah, abortions are expensive, and so are the doctor bills that come with it when you go to the doctor while being pregnant, because you gotta go every few weeks, it seems like. They take your fucking blood and do all this man shit. Hell no. So yeah, the procedure was $700. I went into the back before they deemed it was $700. It's typically five, but then they deemed it was seven because they saw I had a huge cyst. And my gyno saw this cyst but didn't inform me about it. So I thought that the doctor that was doing the procedure was bullshitting until I told my gyno and they confirmed that. And I'm like, oh, well, that's fucked up. Y'all should have told me that when you first saw the fucking shit when I came for my first ultrasound. You jackasses. But that's besides the point. Beyond me now. So he was like, well, you're going to need to be heavily sedated because it's going to be so painful for you to get this done because this cyst is huge. And I'm like, what the fuck? So as soon as I get back there and get this ultrasound done for him to tell me I have this, like, I just start fucking bawling my eyes out. I'm crying. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck to do. And then my mom comes back, but she couldn't be back there with me during my procedure. But she comes back there and she just sees me crying, and, you know, she's letting me, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I'm just like, So then they had me take some pain medication and sit there for maybe like 5-10 minutes while the pain medication supposedly kicks in. Me and medication, like, don't work. Like, the shit just doesn't work for me, y'all. Like, I don't ever feel it for real. So it just be like, but she gave me the pain medication. Then I went into another room to change my clothes. And then I went into the procedure room. I go into the procedure room. There's a black nurse back there. I ask her, I'm like, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of these. How do they go? She's like, well, nobody's died back here if that's what you're saying. Bitch, if that's what I was saying, I would have asked, has anybody died from a procedure that was done here? You stank, bitch. But that's not what I'm asking. So I just let her be and let her go about her business because she was already being a bitch. Like, so fuck you. Get the fuck on. But I'm laying there for maybe like 10-15 minutes just crying. Like, laying down, legs open. Like, oh my God, what the fuck, man? Like, I can't believe this shit. And just bawling my eyes out. Then the doctor comes in, and so does this rude ass black chick. And so one thing that really fucking threw me the fuck off, this doctor had his doctor gown on, whatever. He already had blood and guts on his shit from the person before me, or the people before me. And I'm just sitting here looking like, nigga, did you change your gloves? Like, cause I know you didn't change your gown. And that shit was, ugh. And then he sedated me. It wasn't a over-the-face sedation, no IV. It was a shot, which was kind of like, I was, what? But he sedated me. I started feeling the effects of the sedation pretty quick, but I wasn't able to even go to sleep and be fully sedated before he even started the procedure. I even said to him, I'm like, can you let me fall asleep first? Fuck. And he just went in with it. So I felt everything. So I'm like, nigga, what the fuck was the point? Obviously, it's just to get more money out of you. I'm pretty sure I didn't even need this sedation because I didn't even get to feel the effects until after the procedure. So I felt him. I felt all the pressure of the entire procedure. And it was just like, it was a lot. And I'm just like, I'm still feeling this shit, man. But it might have took like 5-10 minute stops, and he was done. So then I got up and walked into the other room. The nurse helped me into the other room where there was a woman who put a big ass diaper pad in my fucking panties and helped me put my clothes on and my panties on. And she's trying to talk to me like, oh, you got to do this. And I'm just like, like, literally, I could barely even keep my fucking head up, my eyes open. So that's fucked up. So they should allow somebody to come back there with you, because you can't understand. You are incoherent, bro. Like, the fuck? So she talking all this shit. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but she helped me walk out to my mom. And my mom has to literally take my hand because I can't even walk by myself, y'all. I'm falling all over the place. I couldn't even fucking talk. So my mother and I, we walked down to the car. She helped me into the car. And I'm just literally trying to talk to her. Like, I was trying to say, I'm just so tired. I'm really tired. And this breaks my heart every time, because I never want to be in that position to where I can't say anything. And that just really hit my heart so heavily. Like, I'm over here, like, I'm trying to say I'm just really tired. And I'm just like, like, that shit bothered me so much. Like, I really hate being able to recall that. Like, that shit was heavy on my heart. But she drives home to where I'm living now. I wasn't living here before, but now she brings me back to her house. And since I didn't live here, I take a nap in her bedroom, because I'm just so out of it. Like, I'm tired. I can't function for real, like, So she brings me back here, and I'm just resting. Afterwards, I eat a turkey burger. Like, I get up, and like, I can kind of, like, I'm back coherent. My words are still slurred. But, first thing I really wanted was a motherfucking turkey burger, y'all. I ain't gonna cap. I tore a turkey burger up from fucking Red Robin. That bitch was bussin'. And the campfire sauce and them fries, bussin', baby. Like, I ate the fuck out that shit. And then we, it was like how I felt afterwards. It was kind of like, it was kind of sore, like, of course, but my entire body was sore, honestly. And I don't know if that was because of the sedation or whatever, but it was just very intense for me. I ate, and then we had to get my medication. Now, you have to take 4 pills a day of antibiotics. 4 pills a day. I could smell the shit in my pee. Like, the shit was ugh. But I had to take 4 pills a day to help clear the shit up until it was all gone. And they gave me some ibuprofen that didn't fucking work. So it's just like, I never really took pain medication. But afterwards, I was definitely feeling some cramping. I was bleeding. And yeah, I mean, you're supposed to rest for 2 weeks after your procedure, but I maybe rested. I didn't even truly rest. Like, I rested maybe a week and was out and about like the next week, maybe. Like, I didn't really rest, which is why I feel like my healing process has taken a lot longer, and I'm still healing now. But yeah, you're supposed to really be on bed rest for 2 weeks straight. Like, don't do shit. I wasn't even supposed to be lifting 5 pounds. But soon after my procedure, I had to move. So I'm over here lifting shit to move and blah, blah, blah. And the day of my moving, I'm telling you, I just felt a whole bunch of blood gushing. Like, I soaked through my shorts, through my sweats, and I'm running into a restaurant and blood is just dripping on the floor. It was crazy. Fucking crazy. But, I'm getting through it. I mean, I'm still healing again. I still do get some cramps. A little bit of blood, maybe. It's actually going away. Like, I feel like I'm at the point where it's gone away a little bit, but only going to the bathroom would determine that. But yeah, I mean, the process is not easy. But if you know that it's not time for you to go through with having a child, it's definitely easier than having the baby. Like, that's just facts. But 1,000%, I can say, like, This has been one of the most eye-opening experiences that I have experienced thus far in this realm, in this moment that I can recall, because this was such an intense experience, enlightening experience. It was a beautiful experience, but it was also a frightening experience. And things happen, y'all. I'm just real with mine. And I like to enlighten others on the experiences because the shit is fucking real. Like, things happen. But at the end of the day, as a woman, you have to make the decision that's going to be best for you. Fuck what all these people got to say, anti-abortion people. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all can kiss this ass. If you are here and you said you like my channel until this, well, fuck you. Get the fuck on. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, this is my body. Now, if y'all were raped, I'm not saying, obviously I wasn't raped, but if y'all were raped and y'all ended up getting pregnant, or if y'all got pregnant and couldn't even take care of the baby, then y'all might shut the fuck up and make a decision that you have to make and do what's best for you. So don't start shitting and, belittling women that make the decision that's best for them. I hate that shit. I straight hate that shit. So if there's any people on my channel like that, get the fuck on. You are not meant to be here. You are not welcomed here. And I'll tell that to your face. You are not welcomed here, bro. So I'm going to go ahead and cap this off right here. Women, make the decision that is best for you. Don't be afraid. Don't let people talk you out of making the decision that's best for you. Because this is your body. This is your life, just like it's mine. So I just want to thank all of you so much for coming to listen to this episode of I Like It Raw. Again, my name is Mikala Leinani, and I truly appreciate you all coming to watch and listen to this episode of my podcast. If you're watching me on YouTube, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with anybody and everybody you motherfucking know. If you're listening to me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or any of your podcast platforms or something like that, make sure you go ahead and share this episode around for your girl. If you are on Instagram, make sure you follow me on IG at Mikala Leinani, MikaLeinani. Keep up with me because, like I said, I am filming. I am doing a TV series right now, filming a couple of movies right now. I'm just fucking blessed, and that's where I'm posting a lot of the filming that I'm doing. So keep up with me on there. You can also follow the podcast Instagram at I Like It Raw Podcast. My skating Instagram at MK Skates with 2 Z's at the end, no S. And my cat's Instagram at onyx.and.eclipse. But other than that, again, I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure y'all stay high, strapped up, and safe. Women, make the decision y'all need to make what's best for you. And I'll see y'all in my next episode of I Like It Raw.